The phone rang at 2:47 a.m. I remember the exact time because I wasn't fully awake, caught somewhere between dreams and the real world. But the voice on the other end wasn't part of a dream. It was the doctor's, calm, detached, clinical. "Mr. Lewis, your daughter's test results came back. They're positive for an STD." For a second, I thought I'd misheard. I sat up straight, my heart slamming against my ribs. "That's not possible," I said. "She's 17. The silence that followed stretched so long it felt like gravity disappeared. "I'm sorry," he said at last. "We'll need to discuss treatment." But I wasn't listening anymore. I was already out of bed, yanking on jeans, trying to piece together a reality that didn't make sense. Beside me, Claire stirred. "What's wrong?" "The hospital called." I managed. My voice shook. "It's about Emily." That woke her completely. She sat up fast, hair falling across her face. "Is she all right?" "She's sick," I said. "We have to go." The drive was a blur of headlights and silence. Claire kept firing questions, one after another, but I couldn't form answers. I didn't have any. My daughter. The same kid who still kicked off her sneakers by the door and laughed too loud at bad jokes, had been touched by something that should never have entered her world. At the hospital, Emily sat hunched on the bed, knees pulled to her chest, eyes red and swollen. She looked smaller than she ever had. When she saw us, she turned away. "Sweetheart," Claire whispered, rushing to her side. "What happened?" Emily just shook her head, tears spilling down her cheeks. "I'm sorry," she said again and again. I didn't know. I stood frozen, hands useless at my sides. Didn't know what? I asked. She couldn't answer. Then the doctor came back, his tone soft, careful. "She said it was a man she's been seeing for a few months," he told us quietly. "An adult." My stomach clenched. "An adult?" Claire's voice cracked. "Who?" Emily's lip quivered. She looked up at us, terrified. "I can't," she whispered. "Tell us," I said, my voice shaking. When she finally spoke the name, it didn't register at first. Too close, too familiar. My mind rejected it outright. "Eric," she said. My throat went dry. "Eric who?" She looked at me like she wished she could vanish. "Mom's friend." Claire froze. All the color drained from her face. "Emily, no, that's not." The sound that came out of me didn't even feel human. "Eric what?" "Eric Miller," she said. The room tilted. "Eric Miller, our neighbor, my co-worker, the guy who came over every other Friday for beers and stories about his divorce." I turned to Claire, but she wouldn't meet my eyes. Her shoulders were shaking. That was when I knew. "You knew?" I said. She looked up sharply, tears streaking down her face. "Mark, I swear I didn't." "You knew," I repeated, louder. "You've been sleeping with him, haven't you?" Her silence said everything I didn't want to believe. The world blurred. I could hear my pulse roaring in my ears. "Mark, please," she whispered. "It was before any of this happened with Emily. I didn't think." "You didn't think?" I snapped. "You didn't think the man you were sleeping with might go after your own daughter?" Emily sobbed harder, burying her face in her hands. Claire reached out, but Emily flinched away like her touch burned. "I didn't know," Claire said, her voice breaking. "It ended months ago. I swear to God, I never." I couldn't listen. The walls felt like they were closing in. I walked out before I suffocated. Outside, the air was freezing, the kind that cuts straight through you. I leaned against the wall, tried to breathe, try and think, but all I could see was Emily's face, scared, ashamed, and Claire's, heavy with guilt. When I went back inside, the doctor was finishing paperwork. Claire sat beside Emily, silent, her hand hovering just above the bed but not touching her. The space between them held everything that had just fallen apart. "Where is he?" I asked. Claire looked up. "Eric, where is he?" I repeated. She hesitated. "Probably home." I didn't say another word. His house was dark, except for the faint glow in the kitchen. I didn't bother knocking. He opened the door in a t-shirt, barefoot. His face shifted from surprise to fear in an instant. "Mark, what?" My fist connected with his jaw. Before he could finish, he stumbled back, blood already pooling at his lip. "You touched her," I growled. "You touched my daughter." He raised his hands, shaking. "Mark, I didn't know she was yours. She said she was 18. Don't lie to me." He started crying, voice cracking. "I made a mistake, man. I'm sorry. Please." I hit him again. And again. I don't remember how long it went on before I stopped. When I looked down, he was still breathing. Barely. But I felt nothing. Not rage. Not relief. Nothing. By the time the police arrived, I was sitting on the curb, hands trembling, blood smeared across my knuckles. They asked what happened. I told them the truth. In the weeks that followed, everything came apart. Charges, court hearings, neighbors whispering. Eric was arrested. Claire moved out. Emily wouldn't speak to either of us. But late at night, when the house is quiet, I still hear her voice, small, broken, repeating the same words. I didn't know. And maybe that's the cruelest part, because neither did I.